Welcome to the IST 302 Group 2 final video project. Today's video we'll be talking about communications management. During this video, we'll go over planning communication management, managing and monitoring communications management, improving project communications, and communication environments.
Hello there, my name is Chris Rubinic, and I'll be talking about planning communications management in this portion of our video. Communication has always been an important element in everything that involves groups of people. From the simple idea of a workout group to an extremely detailed computer program, communication is needed for the group to ensure the process from start to finish is conducted smoothly. When looking into project management, we can easily see that communication is a big factor in this area. When referring to communication in the project management sector, one will find it's called communications management. Communication plans will vary in style they are presented, but one should always be prepared. When developing a communications management plan, the following areas should be addressed. First, the stakeholder communication requirements should be identified. Second, the information to be communicated, including the format, content, and level of detail, should be established. Third will be who will receive the information and who will produce it. Fourth, the suggested methods or technologies for conveying the information. Number 5, the frequency of communication. Number 6 will be the escalation procedures for resolving issues. Number 7 is revision procedures for updating the communications management plan. And lastly, number 8, a glossary of common terminology used in the communication. When developing communication, a project team should always start with knowing what the stakeholders are expecting when it comes to the communication styles and delivery. It is important to know what the stakeholders are expecting, because if communication that doesn't meet expectations is provided, it can potentially waste money and time. Another reason that identifying the stakeholder requirements first comes with great importance is because it will help establish all the other parts of the communications plan. Once requirements are established, the communication plan can start identifying how communication will be done. When communication with the stakeholders, different formats will be identified. When sending different forms of communication, project teams will utilize emails, hard copies, meetings, or shared drives to help communicate. While the types of communication methods will be identified, this is also where the content and detail will be identified as well. Based on the type of communication method that is determined, will help determine the information to be communicated and the level of detail provided. As an example, an email can contain a meeting request, which is simple info stating when the meeting is for, and while during the meeting a hard copy of a status report can be given with great detail so that can be passed around for the meeting attendees to see the report and then ask questions that may come up. While sending out communication, it is important to know the audience that is getting the communication. When developing the products to send out, specific audience members will get specific communication. Project team members do not necessarily need a project status report, and a stakeholder does not necessarily need a meeting request for team members to catch up on a minor project-related item. Lastly, within a communication management plan, the frequency of the communication will need to be established. Frequency can be determined based on who the communication is going to. Some stakeholders will prefer daily communication, while others will want a weekly or monthly report. It is important to establish the frequency earlier in your communication plan to ensure that all parts of communication are met on time when deliverables are needed.
Hello everybody, my name is Sairam Tanuboddi, and I will be presenting Managing and Monitoring Communications and Communication Environments. Managing and monitoring communications. Managing communications means distributing project information to all team personnel, making sure that everyone is updated on every aspect of the project, such as changes made to the project, additional tasks that are assigned to different sections of the team, and how it will affect the other sections of the team, and the progress of the project. It also means implementing communication methods that would prove to be effective and make efficient progress. Monitoring communications means that the stakeholders are updated and their expectations are met. It also means making sure that the communication methods that are implemented on the team are working efficiently. For the managing communications, we will talk about the appropriate communication methods. There are 3 communication methods. There is the interactive communication, the push communication, and the pull communication. The interactive communication happens when two or more people are sharing information to each other. This happens in various communication scenarios such as meetings, phone calls, and online conferences. This is used in social areas. Meetings are known as social areas because it is people talking to other people. Push communication is a one-way streaming information. The information is sent to the recipients, but cannot be certain that they receive it or understands the information. This is like sending mass emails to all members of the team. It is also known as announcements. Full communication is when recipients take information from a source that has already been provided by a sender. These sources can be websites, blogs, and other sources. This is taking information from a source that is already published and is available to the public. For the monitoring communications, we'll talk about performance reporting. For performance reporting, there are two things: mediating conflict and resolving a misunderstanding. For mediating a conflict, to solve communication problems, the project manager and team members need to change some of the processes of the project that are in terms of communication methods. Resolving a misunderstanding, team members encounter misunderstandings in projects frequently, and the most efficient way to solve these misunderstandings is to request changes in the activities. The misunderstandings usually happen in the activities that the team members are assigned to. Minor changes in the activities will provide clarity to team members, and the performance will continue, and the progress of the project will continue as well. Communication environments. There are two types of communication environments: physical and digital. Physical communication environment can be written information and in-person conversations that are done by people who are facing each other. According to what types of communication should be used during a project, written communication is easily copied and sent to all members of the team. Written information can be noted and distributed to all team members. Written information is easy to understand for everyone. According to what types of communications should be used during a project, face-to-face meetings individually and as a team play a vital role in the overall communications process that leads to successful project completion. Face-to-face meetings is the most efficient physical communication. This clears misunderstandings effectively. Written and verbal information are easy to understand for everyone. Digital communication environment is where information is communicated electronically. According to what types of communications should be used during a project, in addition to messages and directions and emails, you can utilize electronic tools to facilitate quick, effective communications. Information being sent electronic, like emails, belong in the digital communication environment. Emails are the most efficient communication for projects in a digital communication environment.
Hello, I am Amber Ridinger, and I will be presenting ways to improve project communications. It is important for people to hone their communication skills. They can do this by participating in communications training. This helps build repertoire through role-playing and improve presentation skills through recordings that are then reviewed. Global communication training is also important. This allows a person to become aware of the culture that they will be dealing with, how that culture conducts business, and also allows them to participate in team building activities with the culture and countries that they're looking to do business with. Leadership should always be involved in this process and encourage communication training among people and employees of the company. Effective project meetings are important. There are a few questions that you need to ask yourself when thinking about conducting a meeting. One is that meeting necessary, or are there better ways to communicate the information? What will be the purpose of the meeting? What needs to be discussed, and what are the hopeful results of the meeting? Who needs to attend the meeting to make it effective? What will need to occur before and during the meeting to meet the goals? And how will the meeting be ran? The use of collaboration tools is important to any project. The first thing to ensure is that the individuals that are involved with the project understand how to use the collaboration tools that will be used for that project. Some examples of collaboration tools are SharePoint, Google Docs, and Office 365. Another good thing for project communications is to share templates. Some examples of templates are project charter, scope statement, WBS, Gantt chart, and cost estimate. Some different types of collaboration software are Basecamp and Write. Software can assist in project communications. It helps provide views of information to meet communication needs. Most project management software provides three things: portfolio management, which is a centralized and consolidated view of projects and programs; resource management, which allows project managers to maximize resource use to plan and manage the workforce; and project collaboration, which allows an organization to share information to improve communication.